So we got our MPP 2.0 Vader Reveal, custom reveal core commission for Spaznik of FX Sabers forums. He approached me and saw that I had some photos of my MPP floating around and asked if I would do a reveal for him, and I was happy to say yes. Tried something new with this. Tried 3D printing in steel, which presented some challenges, but it was really fun. The biggest challenge is 3D printed steel doesn't come out exactly as you model your pieces. There's a bit of shrinkage, and it's really unpredictable as to how much. So making some things fit and work required a little bit of work. But you can expect that with any type of 3D printing, really. You got to do that post-processing. So let's get to it. A couple things about the outside. I don't have the bubble card in right now just for ease of demonstration, and the end here is not screwed on all the way because a video of me unscrewing the butt end of a saber for 5 minutes is not fun. So anyway, just a couple accuracy upgrades, very tiny ones. Just changed out all the screws from the hex screws to slotted screws, which reminded me why I hate slotted screws. Anyway, as far as blade retention, going with this screw here, if you have one of these, you know that this screw and the set screw over here both act as set screws and don't actually go through to reach the blade. And this is custom made, so getting something longer so that it goes to the inner diameter is not possible. So the option was to get a long enough screw for this spot. So when the blade is in, it will be raised a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. You can see here, if I light it up, there's the set screw. So you'll need to carry around a flathead, small flathead, to be able to change out your blade or take your blade out, whatever. As far as the inside, let's take a look. So there's the core. This is, as I said, 3D printed steel. This is a polished nickel finish, and these two pieces are polished gold finish. We got some mesh work, which just adds to the detail. That's to the detail of the core. It's really nice. We have, I guess it's becoming my signature tubing, conduit-like tubing in there in copper. Then we got some copper and brass accents here. That is a blood red quartz crystal. It's got red veins in it. It's really, really, really interesting. Unfortunately, in this setting, it's really, really hard to see it to appreciate the detail within the crystal. But really neat. We got a mini recharge port here. I will supply you with the adapter to be able to charge the saber using this port. Kill key. You don't necessarily need one for a Nano Biscotte, but I do have one for you. If I can, there it is. So for long storage, it's not pretty, but it serves the purpose. You just pop it in and wrap up your saber, put it away, whatever you need to do. It's a smooth fit, so you don't have to worry about it catching or anything like that. You can definitely put the saber back together. For activation, obviously, you pull and you get the boot up, and you'll see some power indicators here flashing, just some accent lights here for the core, just to give it a little more visual interest. Really neat. So let's fire it up and see what happens. It's a Nano Biscotte V2 running off of a 18500, and you know, obviously the crystal lights up, and then we have a red white main LED. Crystal is wired in parallel to the main LED, so it will mimic the flicker. It will not mimic flash on flash. Not enough room to wire a third accent LED, so unfortunately it doesn't do that, but I don't think that really takes away from the saber. And if we take a look at it in the dark here, it's really interesting. You can kind of see the veining in that crystal. It's really neat. And then we have a little bit more cutouts and meshwork, and then some vents. So it's got some really cool light accents in here. And there's the main LED. It's a solid construction, all mechanically attached to the body. So it's ready for messing around. I mean, I wouldn't recommend dueling. You know, it's got some small intricate pieces, and you don't want to screw those up. But it can take a little bit of a beating, and it's steel, so it's strong. Let's see if we can get some swings. Yeah, there we go. You can see the flash and clash there. And then you might think, oh, that's not very loud. Well, once the bottom of the hilt is on and those holes are covered, you got a lot of resonance. This is the dark meat stock font. I'll install some Vader fonts on there. But yeah, it's really deep and throaty. It's really nice, the resonance inside this saber. And the way that I have the vents around the speaker really let a lot of that sound to reverberate inside there. It's just really nice, really deep. So as far as the SD card and changing fonts if you so choose, just obviously, as always, put in the kill key to cut power. And then this is a little bit tricky, but it's a sturdy way to keep this speaker holder in. It's set up with a reverse set screw. So if you see here, there's a tiny little hole, and that is for using a 0.05 hex key. And what you'll want to do, and I apologize because it's a little tough to do this on camera, just wiggle it around until you feel that you're in that set screw, and then as if you were tightening it normally, just screw it in, you know, maybe 1.5 times, just enough to release that tension, and then all you need to do is wiggle the speaker holder and it'll come out. Then what we have is we have a 2-pin connector here. It's not one of the super tight kind, so you can give it a nice little pull and it will not hurt it. Here Trying to see if it's visible. Let's get our light. You can see the 2-pin connector there off to the left, and the SD card right there above the battery. To get it out, what I've been using is the butt end of my tweezers here, just to give it its click. And if you need to, just pull those wires down a little bit, and then you can use the tweezers to pull out the SD card. And then kind of the same process. It's hard to see. Just get it set, and then give it a nice little push, get the click, and you know it's in. And then to get the speaker back in, what you want to do is just line up the 2-pin connector, and then just give it a little push so you know that it's in. And then line up the set screw with the hole. Give it a nice little push. And I don't know if these are lined up, so I'll have to look at it off camera. So it's a very tiny hole. But then you would just get your hex key in there, and then as if you were loosening the set screw, you know, hence the reverse. And I'm sure you know that. So that's the MPP 2.0 Vader Reveal for Spasnik again. Really fun. I had a great time doing it. And I'm really pleased with the outcome. I think it's really beautiful. I really like the texture here. It just really offsets from the chrome, and yeah, I really like it, and I hope you do as well.